Okay, so one thing I used to do as a kid a lot, which maybe a lot of you did too, was play kickball at school. During recess, it was pretty fun. When we were in elementary school, just playing kickball all the time. And then after that, I got into baseball for a little bit. I found it fun too. It just turns out it wasn't my sport. I liked playing it when I was small, and I still like watching it from time to time. I watch the Dodgers games for the most part, but yeah, it's a pretty good sport. I just prefer soccer a bit more, without a doubt. But one way I like to see baseball or kickball now is kind of by using decisions, because obviously it's all about decision making. After you hit the ball with your bat or after you kick the ball, you have to decide where you want to run to based on where the ball goes. So something simple that we can do to kind of simulate that is just creating if-else statements. So let's name our variable kick, and let's ask for an input. Where did you kick the ball to? Say that's something simple like that, question mark. And now, since we have that, we can say if kick is equal to, let's say, you want to say you hit it kind of towards the outfield, outside the bases. Let's say outfield. You can ask, let's say, something simple. You can just say print. Let's say you have time to go for second base. Something simple like that. Boom. Okay. Pretty simple so far. We're just asking, where did you kick the ball to? If it's towards the outfield, print, go to second. So as you can see, I added a little bit of space. I indented after using my if statement. So whenever you have if or any kind of other statements, you also always want to indent if you want code to happen if that statement is true. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Python 3 if else. Okay, where do you kick the ball to? Oof, I messed up kick. Let's try that again. So let's just say I say infield for this case. Nothing happens because I didn't tell it to do anything if it was in the infield, So now if you go back, now kick is spelled correctly. If I say outfield, go for second base. Simple, just like that. When it comes to strings, in this case, how I wrote outfield right here, it has to match 1-to-1. So like if I wrote outfield but with the lowercase o, it wouldn't work, because since it's a string, the computer wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a lowercase and it's able to tell the difference between a lowercase and a uppercase. So it's gonna say, oh, that's not outfield technically, even though it is. It wouldn't work. But let's say I hit towards outfield. Let's say else, which is another statement right here. Just saying, if the first statement isn't true, do this instead. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I'll just say else. Boom, indent again. Print. Go for second. And let's put up here something simple. So let's say, where did you kick the ball to? Let's say I did third base. Go for second. It really doesn't matter what I put in that statement when it asked me. I could put I hit it towards second base, first base, or any of that. Oh, I said second base twice. My apologies. I'm going to say go for first. But yeah, basically like I was saying, it doesn't really matter what you put. Since I said if kick is equal to outfield, if it doesn't equal at all, anything else that I put as kick or my input, it's going to automatically go for first, unless you specify. So let's say if kick outfield, go for second base. Let's do another one. So let's say elif. Elif just stands for else if. It's just combined into one word. Elif kick is equal to, let's say infield, towards the inside, colon, let's say go that base, input what base, question mark. Now let's say if base is equal to second, print go for first. Again, something simple. Let's say elif, just going one by one. Base is equal to second. Let's wait, I already did second. Yep. First. Then we go print. Let's say just you're out. Let's get rid of this unnecessary white space over here. Okay, boom, simple. So when you create if, else if statements, all these different things, you can embed them, which just means you can create one. I say I did elif, then elif, then I wanted to do another thing. If this happens, else this. You just can create. They're called embedded decisions, or if statements, else if statements. They're embedded because it means this has to be true, and then it's gonna check two more statements, and then if these are true, it does something. In this case, in the elif up there, you can see I did two other ones. If base is equal to second, go for first. Elif base equal to first, you're out. You don't always have to end with else statements, but you always have to start with an if statement if you're gonna do elifs or else. So what you can see here is when I go to print, where did I kick the ball to? Let's say I said infield this time. Infield, boom. Near what base? I didn't do third because third automatically. So let's say I go for first base. Oh, I'm out. So as you can see, like I've said before, I believe, for any input, it's always going to be a string unless you want to change it to a number. That's going to go based on what you want the user to input. Obviously here I'm just doing strings. I could have done integers as well just by saying 1 or 2. But yeah, it's pretty simple, you know, just a lot of embedded stuff, a little bit of for loop. So what I could have done is, let me show you what would happen if I just did 2, and then 1. So Python, so let's say again infield, or base, 1. It's confused because when I read it in, it reads it in as an integer. So what I could do instead is when I ask for the input, say int with all that. Boom. So now when we run it back, let's say infield. Oop. See what happened there? I accidentally added an extra space after infield. So even though technically it's correct, it's wrong because of that extra space. It reads it in as a different string than what I asked it to compare it to a pure infield. So now it said automatically go for first because it didn't qualify any of the if, elif. It thought it was a whole different string. So infield, now near what base? 1, you're out. See, I created an integer now of that input, meaning it now checks if it's equal to 1. It is 1, you're out. That's how it works. So here I showed you how to use strings, but you can also use integers. Pretty simple, just using if a certain integer equals a number, do this. Pretty simple stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's kind of what I thought would be the best representation of decisions. You know, like I said, playing kickball. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has always played kickball at least one time in their life. It's a pretty fun game. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.